It's hard to imagine that 8 years ago, a venerable firm, a bond trading behemoth, Lehman Brothers, just ceases to exist.
Yeah, and I mean, those of us who were negative on Lehman, despite what people say on Twitter, who were negative on Lehman, knew that if they couldn't get that Korea deal done that weekend, it would be it. And I've done a lot of work on Lehman Brothers, and there were very high-level decisions to let this one go. There had been bad blood between the head of Lehman and Treasury. But there could have been, had they replaced Dick Fold as CEO, I think there could have been a deal. But there was bad blood. And in that last 48 hours, there were a lot of things that happened that have yet to be told. But the bank's demise was sealed because of an inability for the different people in Treasury to work well in the Federal Reserve Bank of New York with the head of Lehman. It's not a told story, but it's there.
Should investors feel better today than 8 years ago in terms about the safety of the financial system overall and what the government will do?
You know, the answer is yes, but no one wants to say that because then if something happens, they'll look like idiots. But, you know, they've made companies raise a lot of capital. They've cut the amount of risk they can take. There's always bad apples. But yes, they should feel safer because what the country did was demand that this not happen again, and they've been very successful in doing it. That doesn't mean something can't happen, but for instance, everyone's worried about Wells now. The Justice Department's going to indict it. They're not going to do that. They learned their lesson in Arthur Anderson. The risk caps on if you I worked in the business for a long time, and I know the people who now run these companies came in when I did, and they're my friends. Okay, they're my friends. I don't mean I carry their friend. It's just that, like, if you're a friend of a guy in the 80s and they move up, that's who you talk to, and it's not a good business anymore. These firms don't like it, the people who work there, because it used to be outsized compensation if you did if you took on some risk and did well. And now they don't want you to take on risk, and the government's really ensuring that this doesn't happen. The bank institutions are taking it all very seriously, or else they'll be fired. I mean, so the culture's different, and the culture is one which you're not allowed to take a lot of risk. But if you take a lot of risk, there can be very big rewards, and they're not right now. So that's why people should feel safer. But the people who don't want to go, younger people don't want to go in this business anymore, and I don't blame them because the returns are very meager now. You still do well, but what I mean is versus working at Facebook or Google.